I have a scenario for you. Are you the sort of person who never falls for a scam, but you just fell for a scam? And is anyone truly safe from financial scams these days? I'm Aaron Young. Investment Insights starts right now. Great to be with you, and thank you for joining us. The program today presented by The Investor's Way. Each episode we dive into the world of wealth creation, provide financial and practical tips of how you can hopefully master your money. Now, financial scams have become one of the most damaging blights on the industry, preying on countless unsuspecting individuals, even if we think it'll never happen to us. Today, we dive into what these scams are like, why they're so alarmingly effective, what they look like, where they're going as well, and more importantly, how you can try to protect yourself from falling into their trap. So welcome back to the program, Andrew Woodward from The Investor's Way.
Thanks,
I can't tell you how many times I have fallen for something thinking it'll never happen to me.
Yes, it's unfortunate that Australians are above average when it comes to being scammed with the financial scams.
Is that because we get scammed more than other people in other countries?
I think it's because we are susceptible, we're trusting, and unfortunately, we're a hot market for them.
Why do you think that is?
Ultimately, it's about the lure of quick returns. And unfortunately in this country, we're not taught how to manage our money or grow it effectively. And a lot of people are getting to that stage of life where they're realizing they don't have enough. And so somebody comes into their world with this offer of above average, quick returns. It's very alluring, it's very enticing, and unfortunately too many people are going for it.
I tell you what, charisma gets people a really long way when it comes to scams, right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
You would think that we have these natural abilities to build a wall, build a barrier. It won't happen to us. And then as it happens, you look back and think, how did I not see that?
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing, is they've become so sophisticated, and with all the tools that we have at the moment, and the fact that we spend so much of our times online, it's a very easy way for people to get, I guess, infiltrated via those online mechanisms.
People used to rob banks. Now it's become so hard, I would imagine, to rob a bank, I've never tried, that it becomes easier to rob people who are less suspecting and don't have the security of a bank.
That's right, and let's face it, with the tools that we have available, walking into a bank is likely going to lead to an arrest, whereas hiding behind the internet and a page or like a Zoom call with no camera, a lot easier to avoid detection.
And it's interesting because it is such a broad topic, right? There's the internet, and it's the overseas fraudsters who come up with malware and sophisticated emails that make us think that perhaps this is something. But quite often, as we see with other things like assaults, quite often the perpetrator is someone close to us when it comes to these sorts of scams, particularly on things face to face.
Yeah, absolutely, face to face, and that's unfortunate. That you're right. Family members or work colleagues can easily be the people that will, get your trust and then take advantage of that trust, which is unfortunate. But the online scams are out of control. And
what's government doing about it? Because when I watch the television, I see that telecommunications companies are jumping on these scams as soon as they happen. Then governments have all sorts of organisations in place. But then we look at a company like Optus, which has a $40 million anti-scam building, which then all of a sudden they get scammed and taken offline by hackers from overseas.
Yeah.
It feels like even those who are watching, even the experts, are finding themselves in trouble. Therefore, what hope do any of us have?
Yeah, and that's a great point, that if all the money to the big corporations is not preventing this, then what hope do we have?
And the experts and all of these things as well.
That's right.
What's your advice, sir?
Look, I believe that what we have to do is, it's a simple thing, and it's going to sound too simple, but if you live within your means, the stress of money is a lot less, and therefore the temptation to try and solve that money stress problem is a whole lot less.
So are you suggesting that it's when people try to fix a problem that they find themselves susceptible to scams?
Absolutely, and they are trying to solve a problem, whether it's a short-term problem of how can I pay my bills next month, or a longer-term problem like I'm reaching retirement age and I don't have the assets to support my retirement. I need a quick win to position me to be able to secure myself.
That sudden urgency to fix a problem, someone notices that you're in that situation, takes advantage of you, you think they're trying to help only to work out you're worse off down the track.
That's exactly right. And we all know, we've all heard about get rich quick doesn't work, and yet here we are being above average in Australia at being scammed financially.
Very, very quickly, is it possible to enjoy the investment experience?
Yeah, look, I believe if we make it a bit of a game, and a game within ourselves, so it's about being better each month.
Yeah.
And if you make that a game, you'll be much better at creating the wealth you want.
Andrew Woodward, always appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.
Quick reminder that the program is for informative purposes only. Always do your own research before making any financial decisions, and to learn more about how you can master your money, visit theinvestorsway.com.au. This is Ticker. I'm Aaron Young. Thanks so much for your company.
You're watching Ticker. We'll have more in just a few minutes.